By the time we hit our 20s, we become fairly independent. We have sky high aspirations and we have our whole lives in front of us to fulfill its purpose. Our high energetic souls believe that sky is the only limit. While it's a period to chase your dreams, make mistakes, learn and unlearn from them. Some financial mistakes could and should surely be avoided by some smart decision making and some advice. So here I am in front of you bringing that advice to help you make smart decisions. 5 common mistakes every youngsters make and how you could avoid them. This is Sameer and I welcome you all on my YouTube channel Main Man. Before moving forward, I would request you all to go and subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed, and don't forget to press the bell icon because that's the only motivation which we need. We'll come to the first financial mistake, not having a budget. As a youngsters, we are filled with the zest to conquer the world. Possibilities seem boundless and we have many priorities, out of which having a budget could be the least priority. But not having a budget could be the biggest financial mistake one could ever make. It doesn't matter if you recently started earning, or you have been earning for years, or you spend your pocket money. You must make a budget and of course stick to it. A budget is basically a plan of how you spend your money in different categories. Categories such as travel expenses, food expenses, investment in assets, savings, etc. etc. It keeps a check of the categories where you overspend and helps you to save and invest. It also restricts the urge of impulse shopping, which brings us to the second common financial mistake which youngsters make: impulse shopping. Life seems all romantic to youngsters. That's why we keep on spending on things which we barely need. Things such as lavish dinners, electronic gadgets, a new car or a new bike. It's okay if we spend on these items once in a while, but if we keep on spending on these items, it's an alarm. Moreover, plastic and digital money have made these kind of impulse shopping much easier. So easier that we are ready to take loans to buy these items. We are ready to pay EMIs but not invest through SIPs. When we borrow money to take anything, we pay interest on it, and this interest could go as high as 18%. This increases the overall cost of purchase, so it's better to first save and then buy anything. It has multiple benefits. First most is it restricts the impulse shopping itself. During the time required for saving, we often figure it out if we really need this new thing or not, and many a times we conclude that we don't need to buy it. Secondly, it completely removes the loan factor and decreases the overall cost of purchase. And having said this, let's move to the third common financial mistake: getting into loans. A loan seems too lucrative for young people to be avoided. Though it's foolish, but it's easy to succumb to these temptations, especially to a bad loan, which means a high interest loan. If you don't have a budget and you regularly get indulged in impulse shopping, you will soon find yourself entrapped in bad loans. These loans come at an interest rate of up to 18%, and sometimes it could go as high as 36% in case of a credit card. Once you are entrapped in it, it takes quite a time and effort to get rid of these loans because it completely shakes your finances. Let's move forward to the fourth point, which is a very common financial mistake: not saving for retirement. Since we are young and energetic currently, it's hard to imagine about the prospect of retirement. But it's inevitable. Sooner or later, we have to do it. So it will be to our advantage if we start early. Because if we start early with a very small amount, we'll be able to raise a very decent amount by the time we retire. Let's take an example to justify this. Suppose I want to raise a corpus of 5 crores by the time I retire. The rate of return is 12%, which is the average rate of return of Indian stock market. Let's take two cases. Let's say I start at an age of 25 years and I start at an age of 35. So the monthly contribution, if I start at the age of 25 years, will be 7,700 only. And in the case when I start at the age of 35 years, it will be 26,400, which is almost thrice of this amount. This shows how important it is to start early, and we can raise a very decent corpus even if we contribute a small amount. With this, let's move to the last but not the least point, and this is a very unique point, which is taking an education loan blindly. An education loan is termed as a boon to the middle class and lower class students and their families. It realizes their dreams of getting good education, a good job, and then lead a prosperous life. But all these aspirations come to a complete halt when these education loans are taken blindly, without considering what we really want to become, our true professional aspirations. In India, we follow crowd and get into courses we have no idea about. We first complete our engineering or management courses and then try to figure out what we should do the next. An education loan comes with a burden of EMIs for next 5 years. So it's really important to analyze that particular course is going to help us in our true professional aspirations or not. Is the education loan really worth it or not? That was the video, guys. These were the 5 common financial mistakes which youngsters make and the ways to avoid them. You can follow the advice given and it will help you to evolve faster and become rich sooner. That's all from my side. If you like this video, show us some love. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your family members, friends and colleagues and anyone who may be benefited with this video. I'll be signing off, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please go and subscribe. That's really like a reward to us. We'll be meeting very soon next time. Till then, take care. Have a great day. Bye bye.